believe Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
All right, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast, and we're definitely excited, we're elated, we're happy to be on today on this New Year day in 2025. Shout out to everybody out there. Hope everybody had a safe night going into the morning, and let me introduce the guys here today. We have our guy, yours truly, Matt, aka Matty Ice. Matt, what's up?
Not much, man. Just, happy to start the year off with another pod, man. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Absolutely, definitely happy to start off the year with another pod. And you see him, Rad, aka All Purpose Rad. How was you? How was your New Year's night? How did everything go?
It was great, man. Another year passed. I forgot it was New Year's that quick, man. Happy 2025, everybody. 25 years since 2000. Remember Y2K? The world was supposed to end, and now we 25 years past that. It's crazy. So, shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to the Bills clinching that 2 seed. Man, I'm excited to pod. Let's go.
Absolutely, definitely excited to pod. Definitely appreciate everybody on right now. Shout out to Buffalo fan base. We appreciate the collab with them, presented by 26 Shirts. OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. That's where you can find all your Overdue Bills content, all your Overdue Bills merch, all those amazing things. You can go to the website even now and look at all things Overdue Bills. So we appreciate that. And we're asking everybody, even now on the onset, to like, share, rate, and review. Yes, hit that subscribe button on all those things. We appreciate you for even tuning in. Definitely appreciate the fans this entire year going into the playoffs. Definitely appreciate that. And with that being said, Matt, please let the people know who is our presenting sponsor of our show today.
Yes, sir. This episode and every other episode this season of the Overdue Bills podcast is brought to you by Art of Glass Smoke Shop. Just like the Bills on the field, Art of Glass lights the competition up. Western New York's one-stop shop will provide you with any and all of your smoking needs to get you right. Art of Glass has a huge selection of CBD, kratom, scales, rolling papers, and so much more. Stop in at any one of their Western New York locations today and get everything you need. They also offer a premium cigar lounge located at 3495 Delaware Avenue in Kenmore. Stop in and check them out today. Mention us, the Overdue Bills podcast. You'll get 50% off all glass purchases. And if you are visiting the cigar lounge, if you're not a member, which I highly encourage you to become a member, it's the best cigar lounge in town. You will be able to get a complimentary day pass if you do mention the Overdue Bills podcast. So definitely go check that out if you enjoy that. This next week, January 11th, big announcement for those guys. Their premium cigar lounge, AOG Cigars, is going to be hitting their 1-year anniversary. So we will be having more details on that to come. Check out our pages, check out their pages. But yeah, definitely go check those guys out. Celebrate a big milestone with those guys. Shout out to them.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Shout out to Art of Glass. Definitely appreciate them. So please go tap in with that. And with that being said, let's get into the show. Don't want to necessarily hold you long. We know we had an Ohio State game coming on in a few. I do want to say prayers to everybody involved in New Orleans. That tragic scene, definitely an awful scene. Prayers to all families. It's just an unfortunate thing that happened. And even the people that are injured, hopefully they have a speedy recovery. But with that being said, let's get into some football. I wanted to ask this question because I know we're going to talk about some things as far as 2025 is concerned. Right, some things have been released as far as the opponents that we're going to play. And before we kind of get into that, right, I was looking at our team. I was talking to my cousin who was at the game. Actually, beautiful game. We're going to get into it against the Jets. Definitely amazing weather, no rain. It was like actually one of the best games of the season as far as weather is concerned. And I guess even play on the field. But we're going to get to that in a second. I wanted to ask this question because I asked him when we were sitting there, and irregardless of what happens moving forward in the playoffs, my question is, for the quick question of the day, who are we looking at for the draft, right? Because we were looking at the Jets, right? And I'm not saying we don't have to. Obviously, we know the games are going on right now as we speak. So there are a lot of players that I think pretty much Bills fans probably will see for the first time, because if you don't follow college football, these are the games that you kind of watch. You know what I'm saying? These are the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme of players. But it's been a lot of talk, obviously, of the top half, right? Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, the kid from Miami, the quarterback,
Cam Ward.
You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth, right? There's been a lot of talk about the top, and we were talking about the Jets, like the Jets. Like it's insane how they go. You know what I'm saying? Like we're speaking in that terms, but I'm like, yo, well, what about us? Right? We should have a late round pick, as we always do. And last year it was receiver, right? We need a receiver. Like that was the main thing, and it was kind of insane during the draft. We moved back. It was just like, yo, this is wild. But Keon Coleman obviously wasn't consistent throughout the whole year, but we saw flashes, and we saw a huge flash this past game. Like we see the top of it, and we also see the bottom of it. Pause, even on the slant routes. We're gonna get into that in a second. But my question is for you, Matt, what side of the ball are we focusing on more, or what positional group would you say this is something that we need? Or is the Buffalo Bills, are we a premium and we can just kind of like laissez-faire it? Like, you know what I mean? Best available, no matter who that is. How do you feel about that, Matt? And I want everybody in the comments, if you want to answer this question, if you watch college football, if you can name a player that you're looking at for the Bills kind of in that late round. So, Matt, what's up, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I got no. I guess we are going to be in a point, no matter what. I think with the roster that we have right now, to be able to go after the best of players, especially where I think we're going to fall in the draft, which is going to be the last pick in the draft this season, because we're going to win the Super Bowl. But beside that being said, we will. I think it'll be best player, but I'd like to look at the defensive side of the ball early, just to build some more depth. You don't know, what we're going to have with the cornerback room and the safety room, and the defensive line as well. There's a lot of question marks, I guess, on that side of the ball that I'd like to, hey, Bean can make his money. He can address that side of the ball, I think, a little well. But it's also going to remain to be seen too. We are going to free up a little bit of money this year, so that's going to be an interesting thing to see with Bean and how he can use some of that cap. So it's very, very too early for me to say. But I like the defense side of the ball because I like where our core is on offense.
Rad, how do you feel?
I'm nobody, to be honest with you. I think this draft is very similar to the 2024 NBA draft, where it's like, if you're not getting Travis Hunter, and then if you need a quarterback, you got Shedeur and Cam. I think everybody else, I think we trade back. I think it's maybe like 10, 15 guys that's like even first round grades. Honestly, this not last year's draft. Last year's draft, I feel like you had like 20 guys that you could go get, 25 guys. This year, the wide receivers, it's only probably like 2 or 3 even in the first round, maybe. The running back is just Genty. You got some, if you want to go O-line, I'm always fine with O-line, but I'm more so trade back, get the picks, like when Matt says that he don't like Brandon Beane in the first round anyway, right? So if you don't like Brandon Beane in the first round, this is a perfect year for Brandon Beane to go and get his gems in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, rounds like he always do. So yeah, I'm looking for Brandon Beane to trade back. This is a trade back year. The talent is not it's not high end talent up in the top of the draft. It's just not.
They said, listen, I've heard that for years, right? The draft is a crapshoot. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they say that in many drafts, but yet and still we see players, come to fruition. McDuffie, even for Kansas City, stud. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, just straight stud. Period. Point blank. So like it's people just I don't listen to that nonsense. But what I will say is, for me, I'm looking for archetypes, right? And I think the one thing that we have been talking about as far as the defensive ball is concerned is that we're just lean. We're very lean at certain positions. And even I was looking at a mock draft, they were saying this guy, Patrick Payton, DN from Florida State. But listen to this: Patrick Payton is raw, needs to add bulk. But has he been like? I don't want to hear needs to add bulk. Like I mean, like I want them to.
Florida State is terrible this year. I mean, it ain't his fault, but I mean,
It's not, but I want you to have
Terrible.
when you're coming to play for the Bills. Like I don't want these skinny you know what I'm saying. I don't mind nimble every now and again, but we see time and time again the running game. We just need some bulkier players every now and again. I'm gonna keep it a stack, even in the Jets game. I like how the Jets tackle. They tackle well. You know what I'm saying? If you paid attention to them, I'm serious. If you paid attention to the Jets tackling, me and my cousin was talking about this. They make the you know what I'm saying? Wherever they tackling it, it's a good tackle.
I respect it, but y'all was just bored in a blowout. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
y'all were
no. I'm gonna be honest.
Y'all were really bored.
Yeah, you guys, you noticed their tackling.
Yeah,
I'm a
40 points that we blazed them for.
I'm a sound tackler though. I come from sound tackling.
With the 10 tackles they made on Sunday, they were textbook. I'll tell you that much.
No, they was. Listen. The Jets made good tackles, man.
That's a crazy stat to say.
Yeah,
and a 40. They was losing by 40 at one point.
But notice the tackling though. I like how they tackle. I want our players to tackle like that. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Is that so much to say?
Yeah,
but my point is they have bulkier players who are just as quick. No, seriously, that bulkier players are just as quick. But irregardless, my point is, I'm not necessarily harping on the Jets. My point is that I want certain archetypes, right? I want, if we're going to go D-line, D-end, linebacker, I want them to be, I want those Georgia guys. I want those Alabama. I want us to try that. Why not? Why not go after the players who are the best? They are the best. Alabama.
A lot of those guys not going to be there. I'm telling you, all the guys you're thinking about is going in the first 20.
What I'm saying is any of them.
But you got some, Big Ten linebackers always seem to fare well in the NFL. You got some of the top guys right now. They're Big Ten guys. So it's
I hear you.
Yeah.
Listen,
telling you, this draft week sauce, bro.
But we have a good. We're going to be in a position, I think, in the next, with the way that Bean drafts, with the core that we have, we're going to be in a position to go best available until the unfortunate time in our life where we have to look for a quarterback again.
Trade back.
Yep.
We'll see.
The only issue I'm gonna say, like you said, yes, somebody like Will McDuffie for the Chiefs, but that's the Chiefs, that's Spags, whatever. And don't get me wrong, I think McDermott can do that too. Look at Benford, but that was where he was drafted at.
Shout out Benford.
The issue, I think, what helps Keon Coleman is that he wasn't a first round pick. The expectations of him just being that first round pick, you know what I'm saying? So when you draft in the first round, it comes with a lot more expectations. People thinking, oh, we spent the first round pick on you. We got, but if there's nobody there, that you don't got that first round grade, trade back, bro, and just take the pressure off a young rook, pick him in the second round, cheaper, So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I mean, listen, it's a premature conversation. Obviously, we have a long time to talk about the draft and those things, but it is just something to think about moving forward, right? We just paying a little Monday morning GM, you know what I mean? That's all. But with that being said, I kind of want to talk about 2025 because the home opponents and the away opponents came out for the schedule, right? We don't know when the games are necessarily at this point, and I may be able to get a little insight on that. So just be tuned in. But I'm just saying we did see who our opponents are for home and away. And I'm just going to read them off real quickly. For our home opponents, we have the Ravens. We have Cincinnati. We got the Chiefs again. We got Miami. New England, obviously. We got New Orleans, the Jets. We got Philly. We got Tampa Bay. Looks like a first-round schedule. For the away games, we go to Atlanta. We go to Carolina. Carolina's going to be nuts for Bills Mafia. Cleveland. Atlanta's going to be crazy, too. Houston, Miami, New England, Jets, Pittsburgh. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of those, like Houston again, that's gonna be crazy. It was crazy last year. Atlanta, Carolina, even Pittsburgh to some degree. Those are legit metropolitan cities. That's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, good vibe.
Yeah.
But it's not one bad game on there.
Yeah. Let me go to Matt first. Depending on the time in which we play them. Let me go to Matt first. Matt, on the schedule, what games are you highlighting just moving forward?
I mean, it's going to be a good year to be a season ticket holder because, like Rad said, the homes of being. I was talking to my buddy the other day about it. I mean, the only game I think is New Orleans, but even if they get a couple pieces, it'll be all right. I'm hoping. I'm thinking too. We're not going to get all 9 of them. I think they're going to put us in Europe in one of them joints.
I think New Orleans might have a Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback, so they might be okay.
It's very true, but that'll be The NFL is looking to go to Ireland next year. They're branching out into new cities, so we might be on the docket for one of our home games. I just hope if they do choose one, it's that one or
We always go to them.
yeah. So that'll be all right. But yeah, no, I mean, there's not really one in particular I'm looking forward to because that home slate is so good. I'm looking to go to maybe a couple away games, but I'm just looking forward to next season. But I'm still locked in this year. It's still we're still very premature on it.
For me, I got penciled in the Cincinnati game, right? I think that's a matchup that people talk about. I think the pundits kind of always allude to that as far as that we have not beaten them. And I don't necessarily think we're going to play them, in the playoffs this year because I think that Denver is going to win. But with that being said, I think that's it. Cincinnati game is definitely like I want to see that game. Now, it may be a different team because T. Higgins may not be on there. You know what I'm saying? He may be with us, as some people have alluded to. But, it's just something I'm just saying some people were talking about that. Some people definitely I say no, but we'll see. We'll see. So, Rad, what games are you looking at?
I mean, it's the big three, right? The big three, we got Lamar Jackson, Ravens, obviously, like you said, the Bengals, Joe Burrow, and again, obviously, Mahomes. We're blessed to be in another.
It hurts.
Shout out to Hurts. Yeah, shout out to Hurts. Even Hurts. Yeah. I'm not going. Hurts is amazing. Shout out to Hurts. For me, it was the AFC. We blessed to be in another great
terrible division.
We in a terrible division, but we in a great quarterback era. We in another great quarterback era, right? We left Brady, Manning, Big Ben, right? Phil Rivers, AFC. I'm talking about era, and we got these guys. We got the Lamar, Joe. I mean, you could throw Herbert in there. We're not playing him, but I'm just saying the AFC era is great again. They hear the great quarterbacks, the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I would say is come from the AFC, and we got all three of them. We got one of the three. We got one of the four. I'm talking about. Well, we play them all this year, next year, so that's gonna be a great all at home. All home games. Baltimore, Bengals, Kansas City, and Eagles are all home games. It's just a crazy schedule.
Prime time. Tell you that.
All prime. I'm pretty sure all Sunday night, Monday night games. All Sunday night, Monday night games. Easy. I can't wait. I'm probably gonna go to a couple of games. Just have to. As a Bills fan, get some tickets to just go to a couple of games. So I'm looking for those three, like you said, the Eagles as well. So all the home games is great this year. This year, 2025. Shout out to 2025. Shout out used to it.
Shout out to 2025. Absolutely, shout out to 2025. Let's move forward. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. A shellacking, right? We killed the Jets. Started off a little slow, 12-zip, trying to figure out what's going on. Came on strong, a lot of outstanding plays. Josh didn't have a huge statistical game, but he definitely had some memorable plays, some memorable throws. So with that being said, let me just ask Matt. Let me ask you, Matt, as far as the game is concerned, give me some things. Give me some highlights, Matt. As far as highlight plays, just give me some highlight plays, things you want to talk about.
I just liked how the defense never gave them a chance to get comfortable until Tyrod Taylor got into the game at the end of the game. I mean, the defense, they were on the Jets.
Bleep.
Yeah, for sure.
After this week, I like to see that. It was just, a big mix of that. The D line looked good.
It's snowing in Buffalo, y'all. So I think that's why Matt Wi-Fi is a little, it's definitely snowing in Buffalo.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Matt.
It's cool. So I would say as far as Matt, you had kind of went out for a second. So let me just say, for me watching the game, I was impressed by the defense, right? We called on Sean McDermott. We talked about it. What is happening? You're giving up a lot of points. You played the Patriots. The Patriots scored up 14-zip. And it was like, Sean McDermott, what are you doing? Like, do you have our players in the best position in order to do what they need to do? And the answer was yes, right? They really shut down Aaron Rodgers. While they did move the ball some, Mike talked about it. We are a turnover dependent team, but we create turnovers, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with creating turnovers. Some say turnovers is luck, but like if it just keeps happening, it just keeps happening. I was definitely happy with that, like very, very, very happy with that. So shout out to the defense. That was really my takeaway. me looking at the score, kept looking at it. I was like, it was 0. I'm hitting my cousin like, yo, it's 0. They got 0, bro. They got 0. At the end of the day, they got 0. So that's all you can care about. You know what I'm saying? So, Rad, how did you feel about the game?
Yeah, a lot to go is defense. I think I'm interested to see if that, this is my thought process, right? Quarterbacks that can't move, we that we know we're going to be, know the D line know where they're going to be. We aim on them and we get to them, right? Aaron Rodgers couldn't move. We know where he's going to be. Von Miller got a sack. Like everybody was eating Russo, Epinesa. I think maybe a mobile guy, right? Like we talking about going into the playoffs. If a Bo Nix get in, how we gonna fare against somebody who's a little bit more mobile? I know he's a rookie, but I think Denver is more like the Patriots than they are like the Jets. Far as quarterback play, the things they're gonna run, they're gonna a little more. I think it's gonna give our defense a little bit more of a fit than an Aaron Rodgers who just can't move, who's gonna be back on the back. He's gonna be back there. So I think the defense played great with that type of quarterback. I think we're gonna always play great against that type of quarterback. And the offense did what they supposed to do. Last week you asked, are we playoff ready? I said we're gonna find out this game. How we come out this game, how we looked at, is we gonna dominate this team? And I had them winning a blowout. I said we're gonna win 30-10 or something like that, and it was close, but even more. So I think that we playoff ready. I think they saying Josh gonna play a little bit. I don't know if he need to play at all, but they saying gonna play a little bit. We'll see how much, maybe one series or two, if that. And I think we're ready. I think the Bills having these home, locking up the 2 seed was the most important thing, and we did that. We get these couple home playoff games. That's gonna be important. It's going to be impactful. We haven't lost at home all year. As you see, we've been dominant for most of the games as well. So just keeping the dominance at home as we move into these playoff games.
Okay, so Matt, let's do this about the game. Let's go to Rad Juice player of the game. I think it's very, very important because it was a great game. A lot of players who we can highlight, and just definitely something to see, something to talk about. So I do want to go to the Rad Juice player of the game. And I'm going to Matt first. But before we do that, this segment is brought to you by Rad Juice. Real fruit, real flavor, real kids. Tired of the same old drinks? Rad Juice is here. Crafted by young entrepreneurs with a passion for taste. Why go Rad, you ask? It's a real fruit adventure. Experience nature's finest in every sip. Pure and clean. No artificial additives, just pure refreshment. Triple the delight. Explore 3 exciting flavors: peach, strawberry, and tropical. And now you can find Rad Juice at 2 convenient locations near you. 716 Premium, located at 425 Elmwood Avenue, and Sweet Cheeks Cake Bar, located at 1685 Hurdle Avenue. Elevate your refreshment game with Rad Juice. Created by kids, enjoyed by everyone. Grab yours today. Go tap into Rad Juice right now. Matt, who do you want to highlight as your Rad Juice player of the game?
You know what? I'm gonna highlight. I guess I'm gonna go with the receiver core. I'm gonna go with the whole receiving core. Now there obviously wasn't, it was a good mix of everything, but I like the big plays that were made all day. I mean, Amari Cooper caught that 38-yard touchdown pass. Throw it up to him. Let him go get it. Keon Coleman, somebody's down. He had the first one that wasn't called a touchdown. That one, and then he had the other one that was, throw it up, somebody's down there. Those guys are making plays, and Josh is if Josh has that confidence where he doesn't have to throw the ball perfectly every time, and knowing that he's probably going to throw it perfectly, but if he doesn't have to, if he can just throw it up and our guys are going to make a play, that's a really dangerous thing going into the playoffs. And then you got, guys, we just showed the highlight of Tyrell Shavers coming in, getting an opportunity, came in just first ever catch, gone. See you later. I like that element of it for the receiving core. Everybody making plays, everybody eating on a day where they should have, and keep that rolling going to the playoffs, because we're definitely we don't have to lean on the pass game because our run game has been doing so well. But man, that's dangerous if they're going to carry the torch for sure.
I'm gonna give it to our guy, the OG. I'm gonna go Von Miller, man. Give it to Von Miller. He got a sack. He got a tackle for loss. I know Sam gave him a lot of grief But he showed up, had a sack against Aaron Rodgers. Man, everybody's eating. He was the one who got it too. So, and there was a solo sack. It wasn't a half, nothing like that. Another tackle for loss. He got two tackles as well. So shout out to Von Miller, give him some love. Hopefully he rev it up for the playoffs, and we get a vintage game or two in the playoffs when we need it the most. Shout out to Von Miller, Radju's player of the game.
Yeah. Anyways, for my Radju's player of the game is definitely Benford. I've been saying this entire year that he's probably the number one corner in the league. Lockdown. He's been lights out, nothing short of amazing. Even when we play like Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, they didn't necessarily do anything. So shout out to Benford, man. I think that he's a stud, right? Like it's amazing. Even going back to that draft, people talked about Benford even in the preseason, right? Even in training camp, they were bigging him up. And they got to the point where it's like, yo, Benford's going to play over Kaiir Elam. This is insanity. But when we saw him, like, he was a dog. You know what I'm saying? He was just a legit dog. He went after the ball. He was sound. He's you know what I'm saying? He does what he needs to do. And I think he's a great cornerback in the making, right? I think that he's a great quarterback in the making. I think he's approaching Benford Island. You know what I'm saying? Benford Pole, some people have said North Pole. Benford Pole, some people have said that, pause. But so shout out to Benford. Yeah, that's insane. Radju's player of the game. Shout out to Benford, man. Anybody got anything on the game?
No, Domino win. Domino win. Looked how he's supposed to look. Domino win.
Shout out to McDermott, man.
I think it's over for Rodgers. I think he retiring, guaranteed.
He's awful.
Nah, I don't think he's going to retire. I don't think he wants to go out like this.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It may be his last day as a Jet, but I don't think he's going to retire.
I think the Jets might want him back. I mean, I know it's like, what? That's crazy, but what are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they're in position to get either of the top two quarterbacks. And if you're going to reach on like a Quinn Ewers or Carson Beck or like these guys, this not last year was 5 or 6. Now it's like none, one or two. So I don't know if you're reaching for any quarterback like that. So I think they probably best case scenario is to get an Aaron Rodgers back.
Either that or you got Kirk Cousins waiting in the wind. You got JJ McCarthy is going to be a big question mark with Sam Darnold doing so well, right? Those guys
off ACL.
Yep. So we'll see.
Sam Darnold, they saying that he a free agent. Sam Darnold's an actual free agent though. Like he can go to whoever get to give him the most money.
Yep.
So
he's the new Kirk Cousins. So let's do this real quickly before we go into the game, the Patriots game. I know it's a dud of a game, but we want for clarification for everybody watching. I just want to know, we want Denver to win. Is that a correct answer, right?
Yeah, I'm on that. I want Denver to win train.
Or Denver to lose and Miami win.
Yeah, either one. Yeah.
Okay.
That can. That's a thing too.
Okay. But we don't want to see Cincinnati.
I think Cincinnati is playing the best football of all the teams left that can get in. So, I mean,
it's just a question.
Yeah, out of those three, no. Obviously, I don't want to see Cincinnati out of those three because there's no other option here of who we're going to see out of those three. It's those three or whatever.
All right.
So yeah, I'm on the.
They the least on there, and they've been there, done that. They beat us at home before. They got a MVP caliber quarterback. They got two studs, a receiver, and Chase Brown and they hot. They're hot. They the team. They the typical team. They get in. They can make noise.
Yep.
Okay, so with that being said, let's do score predictions. We don't have to get into the game. This is the end of a game. Last game of the season, we know. I think we want Josh to keep the record or keep his streak going. So he's gonna play a little bit.
Currently sitting at 114 games, trying to keep that streak alive. So he'll be in a first or second game of the preseason mode, probably like rest of the series, and then yank.
I'm thinking a series out of there. At most.
I don't think Terrell Bernard is playing. I think they're gonna. Anybody that's on the fence, I would doubt that they'd be in the game this week, injury wise, or even just I guess it's hey, do you want to play? Let's rock paper scissors for it, because I don't want to play this week.
No, you should see some more. You should see a lot of shavers, a lot of shavers, a lot of Ray Davis.
Yep, a lot of Ray Davis. I like it.
Your fantasy.
Get Andreessen in there. Get him some reps at linebacker. Get the Jamarcus Ingrams, all those guys. That Micah Hyde spin. Get some real game reps.
Sure.
Shout out if he playing fantasy right now, you sick.
DFS?
I'm saying like as far as like if your fantasy league is
Oh, the week
going to
is
last
going
week,
this week,
you're
yeah.
sick. Y'all sick. Like you need help. You need legit help. But Matt, let's talk about the contest and who won this past week. So we can give our score predictions a little bit after that. But let people know who won and how they can enter to the contest this coming week.
Yeah, so we had another winner closest to Josh Allen's passing yards. We had Matt Augustine, another repeat winner this week. I think he's on the third time this year, so shout out to him.
Shout out, Matt.
But yeah, we're going to do another contest this week for the Bills against the Patriots. How to enter, you're going to follow us in Art of Glass Smoke Shop. You are going to predict the correct score for the Buffalo Bills against the New England Patriots game. For the tiebreakers, we're going to do it a little bit differently because I don't think Josh is going to be playing all games, so I don't want to even throw him out there. For the tiebreaker, I'm going to go with Khalil Shakir's receiving yards. And then for a secondary tiebreaker, let's go with Ray Davis's rushing yards this week. So you're going to do all those things. We're going to post it, how to enter. You'll get the step-by-step directions. You're going to enter by 12:30 on Sunday. So good luck with that. The winner will get a $20 gift certificate to Art of Glass Smoke Shop.
Okay. Shout out Art of Glass Smoke Shop. We definitely appreciate them. Please enter to the contest. We want everybody to enter. Go enter right now. Listen, we give away free stuff. Go enter. It doesn't take anything, but do those things. And when we post it, you'll see it again. And with that being said, Matt, let me hear your score predictions of this game coming up against the Patriots in Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, after playing them last week, I think, it's not a ton of new film they're going to have or anything like that, whether it's going to be Drake May or Brissett playing whoever. It's going to be one of those games where, we should thrive. We should come out and beat them pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Bills 28, Patriots 6.
Wow. Hold on. What you guys playing though, right?
Who's that?
Who?
Drake May they benched him, right?
He was hurt last week for a little bit. Then
he came back in the game.
He came back.
He should trying to get the number one seed though, right? They're trying to get the number. pick rather.
Yeah. So I don't
know.
They're gonna play. Guys got contract incentives, things like that. But I think our guys are just gonna be better. They had the element of coming out. We played a little flat-footed in the beginning, the divisional game, but after just 2 weeks and just seeing the same opponent again, I think it's going to show we obviously have the better players the second time around, and it'll go.
He's questionable
as
of now. Drake May is questionable. He's questionable as of now. Like right now, out. Bernard's out. Rapp, Cam Lewis, Hamlin are questionable. Curtis Samuel's questionable. Terrible anyway. Christian Gonzalez questionable. Polk questionable. Drake May, Butte, they are questionable. So. We'll see. Who I got? I don't know. I don't know who's playing. But I think the Bills. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those. I don't know. I think low scoring game. Trubisky is terrible. So is Jacoby Brissett. So whoever turn the ball over less. I'm assuming maybe us. So I say 20 to 13 Bills.
I would say first to 13 wins. 17-13, something silly like that. I mean, it's just a bad game. It's just a bad game. I'm not even really looking at it at all, to be completely honest with you. I may not watch it. I'm not going to lie to you. But shout out to them. I hope they play well. Definitely appreciate everybody on. We actually like, share, rate, and review. Please like this video, share this video. Shout out to Art of Glass. Definitely appreciate them. Shout out to Buffalo fan base. Shout out to everybody who's watching right now. We appreciate all the fans. Listen, the schedule is going to continue unless we say otherwise. We're going into the playoffs, so the more games we win, obviously we're going to figure it out depending on when those games are. But generally, 7 o'clock on every Tuesday. 7 o'clock every Tuesday. Overdue Bills is coming to you. So shout out to OverdueBillsPod.com. Go to OverdueBillsPod.com right now. Follow us right now. And y'all know how we end every show.
Hold on. We got to take a step back. So next week, playoffs.
Oh, yes.
Big show for you guys. So everybody who's here.
The big show.
We got a very big show. Could be a full cast, but we will also have a special guest on the Overdue Bills podcast to talk the Bills this season, to talk the playoffs going forward. Everybody, I think you're really going to enjoy this guest. So definitely Tuesday night is the plan right now. I'll be looking out for
teaser. A little
yes,
teaser.
definitely, if you're here, definitely mark your calendar. Set your alarm 7:00 next Tuesday. We're going in full playoff mode. We got a big special guest coming.
Tuesday at 7. Special guest. I apologize. We do want to leave the cliffhanger.
Yep.
But y'all know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey.
Hey. Let's go.
Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and shout.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.